Bust mud buffers. This guy looks so amazing. Maybe I'll be headed to the scrap bin.
Well, hi, this video starts at my post office for a very good reason, because I'd like to show you something that I just picked up from the post office. It's something that I purchased from eBay. I like to keep doing the exposure here. I want you to see this before I take it home. I think it's very important to see this one. Okay, just looking around here, having a nice look at this. Okay, and just up this end here, I'd hate to be accused of ripping and tearing stuff before it left the post office. Okay. Well, obviously I'm down in my garage where I make my YouTube videos. What is it about buying things on eBay? What is it about some of the sellers on that site that just seem to want to be destructive? I've made this purchase of what is a fairly rare Thomas & Friends set. I picked this one up because it was still in box, and the box looked like it was in good condition. But look at the way this thing has been wrapped up. Up here is probably the worst damage. And I mean, what's going on? This is coming from someone who I'm calling a professional eBayer, someone who sells a ton of Thomas toys, and there's been very little effort made in protecting this box. I mean, as my audience knows, I'm not a huge fan of eBay. I steer well clear of the site, and I've had a lot of bad luck on the site, actually. I have had a couple of wins. This is this other corner here. You can see damage there. But between you and me, I think this is totally substandard. How simple would it have been to done this properly, or to do a little trick by putting tape along the edges to protect the edges? Let me show you the eBay auction that I purchased that item there from. It'll be flashing up on screen there. Basically a $200, or call it classic Thomas & Friends toy. It had $38.85 postage on top of that. And I did look around at other auctions as well, and I thought, wow, I'll pay the bit extra because it had the nice box. If I knew it was going to be delivered like this, I wouldn't have touched the sale. I mean, I'm in this for the box, obviously. And this person is, I'm calling it a professional Thomas & Friends toy seller on eBay. I'm sorry, I don't know how you haven't got more negative feedback, but I'm telling you now, this is totally substandard packaging. Anyway, to me, it looked like an awesome thing to purchase. Maybe you can have your say if I've paid too much for this. Remembering I'm in Australia and I'm always going to get hit for expensive postage if I buy one of these from overseas. You don't often see these sets up for sale, so that's why I came in and grabbed this one. So as you now see, the playset that resides within a very, very poor packaging is actually one of the playsets that had the big Tommy Thomas like that. I've actually got two of these. I'm not sure whether you know I've got two. The first one that I picked up was on the side of the road at a council pickup time, and it was just laying there, and I just thought, my goodness, how could we let that just lay on the side of the road? I came in and I saved it. It's part of my Thomas collection. It's very close to my heart. That Thomas there isn't close to my heart because that was another bit of fraud eBay thing that I've been through recently, and the follow-up video of that one will be up soon. This was the second one I've picked up via my charity shop. It is in better condition. Okay, it's curious that there's bits missing. These things seem to be quite good at missing these parts here. But this one here has got one of the buffers on the front, but the other one's missing here. Overall, it's in better condition, but there's one thing about these two which is quite curious, and that is the fact both of them are missing this funnel piece here, and the funnel piece actually controls the eyes. And that will segue us onto our next little bit of this video, where I did nearly purchase one from an Australian eBayer. One of these big Tommy sets. It wasn't in box. It was a bit cheaper, but under closer scrutiny and very careful scrutiny of this sale, I thought to myself, hang on a second, there's something going on here. Something doesn't seem right. And I'm thinking, hang on, what are the rules on eBay of the picture versus the details of what you're selling? This had me digging further and looking at other sales this person has, and this seller seems to have a constant of putting up a picture of something, but the actual written detail about the sale is a tad different to the picture. Maybe my audience can tell me whether that's legal or not to do that on eBay. Yes, this Tommy Thomas that I nearly bought, boy, I'm glad I didn't go through with the sale. And then it had me reading all the things underneath the ad. And it's weird because the thumbnail used in the ad and also the title of the ad doesn't indicate that it's a toy which has a missing part. It's written up that this part is just basically trivial. Well, no, it's not trivial. It's actually a very important part of the toy, aesthetically and also in the way it plays. Strange eBay seller, this one, and who has a habit of putting up sales that you've got to read very carefully before you commit to. My saying is, and it's a common saying, a picture tells 1,000 words. Pictures are very powerful motivators to attract attention. I know that because I'm a YouTube producer. So do people pull stunts on eBay to basically pull you in by having this elaborate picture, but what's for sale underneath the picture isn't exactly what's in the picture? It's a topic that I'd like you to talk about in this video. So the eBayer, which had those elaborate pictures, his Thomas is missing the funnel piece here. But I'm sorry, but the bulk of the pictures he had up on the sale actually showed the funnel piece, so it is a Thomas & Friends Mystery Extreme. Yes, I got burnt by this one. It's a fake mint in box, and hopefully we learned some lessons about how people can be a little bit tricky and deceiving on eBay. Mind you, the person can probably just say, oh, but it was sold to me like that, or whatever. There's always going to be a story, isn't there? There is some good news. I purchased some amazing Lego Duplo from an Australian eBayer. Absolutely stunning, and the way this one was packaged up was completely amazing. But that's a story for another video, and that's only a small fraction of what I purchased. Let me clear some room, because I do want to get into this beautiful large Tomy set that I've purchased. I'm hoping that what's inside the box is going to be as spectacular as the pictures that I saw on the eBay sale. We're going to find all this out, aren't we? Maybe I can do a bit of education about how I would solve this problem if I was going to be cheap and nasty and just use Christmas wrapping as a way to send something interstate. You know, first impressions is everything. You wonder about these eBay sellers. You know, I'm calling them, these are professional sellers. These are people who've got hundreds and hundreds of items up for sale, yet this gets delivered to you like this. To me, it's substandard. Maybe you think it's different. Let me show you a little trick that I would have done to protect the edges. Well, this may be a revelation to some people who do packaging, but that's a tape machine. And one simple thing I do to protect edges if I'm going to be wrapping them up is I do this. Okay, see that there? And then you can come along, and then you can do a fold like that. There we go. Edges are protected. Well, it doesn't cost much or use too many brain cells to do protection like that. Mind you, these eBay sellers might be working on an extremely tight margin, but if there was a little bit more care taken with that, we wouldn't have seen the damage that we saw on this box, which caused me all the angst in making this video. I know there'll be some people watching this video and they're saying, oh Leo, you lost the plot, it's only a toy, it's only a box of a toy, blah blah blah, but hey, you can have that say if you want. Maybe I'm totally wrong. You know, one layer of Christmas wrapping, it's just not right. I mean, it's a complete joke. Anyway, I'll now pull this off. And let's just see what beauty lays within this wrapping here. And, you know, as I said, it's a toy that I've been after, very keenly after actually. Getting those other ones from the side of the pickup on the road and whatnot certainly gave me a taste for the glory of this toy. Looks spectacular, doesn't it? It's almost like Christmas. Well, reverse Christmas. Oh, it's exciting, isn't it, unwrapping this? I think what's a bit strange is my profile on eBay is basically the same as my YouTube channel. I would have thought maybe some people would have joined the dots, but obviously they haven't. It looks amazing, isn't it? It's a massive box. You just don't see toys like that in the toy stores today. I'm absolutely sure of that. And I'll tell you what, this eBay seller was very lucky that this box didn't split open because the box was never made up correctly. That tongue there is meant to be up inside there to basically seal up the bottom. Boy, if that opened up, I mean, it would just pour through this thin paper here. All of the toys that would have been down on the ground. And there's the back of the box, a whole lot of blah blah to read in different languages. And the seller did say that the instructions for this set is not with the set, but you can use the picture on the box to assemble the set. Well, before I crack it open, we'll take a look at this list down here. It's what is inside the set, although this has got a few bonus things as well. It's the giant Thomas and the lines up of James, Duck and Diesel and all of the classic Tomy Blue track and risers you need to make the set. Well, I'll come in carefully and open up this box and we'll take a look at what's going on inside. Yes, I really am interested in that very, very large Thomas the Tank. Ooh, it's like opening a time machine, isn't it? Back in the classic era. It's copyright 1998, this toy here. And look at the beautiful box artwork on this here. It's sort of, this is the days when you used to keep the boxes because they were so awesome. I mean, look at the pictures there, and especially this one here. There's Thomas, and you can stack the tracks in there, plus the characters. It looks amazing. Okay, well, we're into the box now. There's a whole bunch of plastic there. I can throw in the bin, I think. The big Thomas is down there. At least he's got bubble wrap around it. We needed the bubble wrap on the outside of the box. I don't know. I know my audience will have something to say, or they'll say, oh Leo, you're being too harsh, and you're going to destroy eBay the way you're going, blah, blah, blah. Well, I think eBay needs to educate people on how to properly send stuff. I mean, that's the weak link, isn't it? A bit of education would go a long way, and I think in there, that's this die-cast mix pack. It's a mystery. Okay. Another box here. The risers. I mean, if there's some of these missing, I've got so much of this stuff here. It's not funny. I wouldn't be that frantic that there's anything missing, but I'm really careful on the condition of this guy here because I know a few things about this Thomas that we might allude to. Okay, I've got all those bad puppies out, and now to get the Thomas out. Now, one thing I know is don't grab him by the funnel, because as I've seen in my other ones, that seems to be the weak link, and here he comes. He's going, get me out of this bubble wrap. Oh, I can breathe, and he's so happy he's almost jumping out there. Okay, let's carefully pull him out, and let's see what's going on with this Thomas the Tank. Oh yeah. Those guys looking worried over there because they see a little cousin who looks a lot better than them.
Bust my buffers. This guy looks so amazing. Maybe I'll be headed to the scrap bin. Ah!
Don't worry, Thomas. I'm always going to love you. I don't care how many parts are missing and bits are broken. You're part of my collection and you're precious to me. And the same applies to you.
Wow, that's what they call Thomas love.
Okay, it's time to get the bubble wrap off nice and carefully. And from the ones that I picked up, the one from the side of the road and also the one from the charity shop, these toys, this plastic that this one's made of, becomes very brittle if it's been left out in the sun. Don't leave these toys out in the sun. It doesn't take long for them to be damaged. And often you can tell when they're damaged is they'll start to lose their intense blue. This one's in pretty good nick from what I can see so far, but I'm yet to fully unwrap him. It's always fun unwrapping stuff, isn't it? Wow. This one's got a gold whistle, that's different. I'm pretty sure my other ones don't have a gold one. There is that funnel piece. That's the piece that everyone seems to have missing. Now I sort of understand why. Not exactly sure. It's not going on easy for me, put it that way. Let me just put that down for a second.